color of silence. Lina Reyes hadn't spoken in 143 days. Her mother had stopped counting after the first 50, but Lina hadn't. She kept a tally in the corner of her journal, beneath the swelling pencil sketches that seemed to leak from her mind when the nightmares came. Every morning she woke up gasping, her sheets damp with sweat, and her feet clenched around the bedsheet, and she would add another mat. It had happened on a Tuesday. Rain, screams, screeching metal, and then silence, so thick and finer. It pressed into her chest and never left. They called it a miracle. Only survival. No physical injuries. The newspaper had splashed her face across the front page like she was some kind of ghosted hero. But no one knew what it felt like to sit at the back of the school bus and watch the driver's head snap forward, feel the words spin, hear a classmate scream, dissolve into a silence deeper than death. No one knew that she had screamed too until her voice gave out, and it never came back. Now, she was a quiet girl, a shadow drifting through her school always, tucked behind the curtain of dark air and silence. Her mother tried, God, she tried, therapy, support group, even holistic treatment that involved crystals and lavender tea. But nothing cracked Lina's quiet shell. One Thursday afternoon, as the clouds gathered thick above the school, Lina found herself standing outside the atrium. She hadn't meant to go there. A panic attack had gripped her in the cafeteria, her breath catching like it always did when someone dropped a tray or laughed too loudly behind her. She had run until her legs burned and found herself here. Inside, the room was empty except for a man arranging brushes into jars. He was older than most of the teachers, with silver strand in his beard and dark eyes that looked like they had forgotten how to smile. He looked up. You lost? She shook her head. You here for art club? She shrugged. He nodded as if that was enough. Suit yourself. Lina sat in the corner. The man, Mr. Callahan, according to the whiteboard, didn't ask questions. He just handed her a sheet of paper and a charcoal pencil. Her hands trembled as she took them. For a long moment, she just stared at the page. Then her hand moved. Lines, spirals, shapes she didn't understand. She wasn't drawing anything. Not really. But it felt like the first time in months that she could breathe. Over the next few weeks, Lina kept returning. Mr. Callahan never pushed, never pried. He just nodded, sometimes offering a new medium, watercolor, pastels, oils. She tried them all. Color, she realized, could scream louder than words. Anger poured out in deep reds, her grief in muted blues, her fear, an endless wash of grey. One rainy day, she found a dog shivering behind the dumpster near school. It was all ribs and mud, an ice too old for his body. She knelt, holding out a granola bar with trembling fingers. He took it gently, and when she stood, he followed. She named him Echo, because he stayed close without making a sound, just like her. Her mother wasn't thrilled, but after the first night, Echo coiled up beside Lina's bed. She didn't protest. Lina started bringing him to the heart room, where Mr. Callahan just grunted and tossed him a piece of jerky. Echo became their silent mascot. One afternoon, Mr. Callahan handed her a blank canvas, larger than anything she had worked on before. Art fair is in a month, he said. Think you're ready to show something? She froze. I'm not saying you have to, he added, but sometimes when we share our pain, it gets smaller. Lina stared at a blank canvas for days. She didn't know what she was painting until she was halfway through it. When it was done, she titled it "The Day the Sky Broke." It was a swirl of chaos, glass shards suspended mid-air, blood-red streaks across a weeping sky, and at the center, a young girl coiled beneath a collapsing bus, hands clamped over her ears. The night before the fair, Lina didn't sleep. Echo coiled against her legs as her heart pounded. She wanted to run, hide, burn the painting. But the next morning, she stood beside her piece, hands clenched, eyes lowered. People murmured as they passed. Some gasped. A few cried. Then a hand touched her shoulder. It was her father. She hadn't seen him in over a year. Not since he left, and her mother refused to talk about it. But now he stood there, eyes rimmed red, staring at the painting, staring at her. "I'm so sorry," he whispered. "I should have come sooner." And something inside Lina cracked open. She stepped forward. Her voice felt like rust and fire, but again, it wasn't your fault. Gaps. Her mother sobbed. Mr. Callahan blinked hard and looked away. Lina stood straighter. Her voice trembled, but she didn't stop. "I thought if I didn't speak, the memories would go away. But they didn't. They just got louder." Her fingers coiled around Echo's leech. This helped me. That night, after the fair ended, she sat beside Mr. Callahan in the empty art room. "You're not done painting," he said quietly. She shook her head. "Not even close." "Good," he said. "Neither am I." They sat in silence, not the heavy, broken kind, but the peaceful kind, the kind where healing begins. And for the first time in 144 days, Lina smiled.